again. But this time, this was my second time recording this video. The first time I was recording, my camera went out because I guess my phone reached the max for gigabytes, and it's the first day of Mercury retrograde, so couldn't expect anything less than, you know, having to do a retake. But that still doesn't stop me from, you know, wanting to continue to share and communicate, you know, what I want to share and everything. And yeah, this title of this video is I'm starting over. Uh so in my last video, I was talking about my lock journey and the reason why I was doing a big chop, and how that was a huge transformation for me because, you know, if you watch the video, you understand. Like, you know, everything is new. And, you know, the symbolism of me doing the big chop and, you know, cutting off my locks and, you know, being faded out is that because I'm in a space where I'm new beginnings and I want to start completely over. And I realized that I'm okay with starting completely over because, to be honest, I was doing too much and I was burning myself out mentally, and I was getting lost of my overall big picture. I was getting lost in my why, and that's the moon in Capricorn in me. Being serious all the time, being focused on business-minded stuff and structure and responsibilities, and sometimes you forget to just live and just be present. And, you know, a few weeks ago, I hit rock bottom emotionally to the point where I experienced another depressive episode because, you know, I have been grieving the past 3 years of my old self and how I used to move before having a family, before having a baby and becoming a mommy. And it's like your motivation changes, your inspiration change. Everything just changes. Like what once used to motivate you doesn't motivate you when you evolve and transform to a new person. And I didn't realize that my old self was really grieving until I started journaling about all my emotions, because I love to journal, I love to channel my emotions and just let it all out of my journal. And by the way, I am creating a new journal. Well, it's already been created, but I'll be launching it this fall, and I will share more information with that later on. So, you know, continue to stay connected. But after I journaled, and when I realized that that day I start my healing journey, and I realized that I was trying to hold on to the past, meaning that I was trying to hold on to the old way April used to be, the old way how April used to operate, the old way April used to get things done, because I'm a Taurus, I'm a moon in Capricorn, I'm a sun in Taurus and a moon in Capricorn. It's all earth signs. And moon in Capricorn, we believe in work harder. But, you know, after expanding into a family life and relationship and, you know, just the whole totality of living a more fulfilled life, you realize that you don't have to no longer work harder. You know, you're able to work smarter and work in a way that works for you and your family. And so what made my emotional rock bottom hit a few weeks ago, it was my website shutting down and trying to figure out how to way to get it back up. And the moment I update my website, Corey showed me how to do edits, you know, update the pictures and everything, and information, my services and everything. And that Monday it shut down. Like, I felt like a failure. I felt like I should have done more, this and that. And that whole week, you know, I was emotional because, for one, I'm really hard on myself, and two, I was trying to blend my old self with the person I am becoming. And so when I was writing my journal, and after I read my journal, I realized, like, oh, like I'm really was my I was too busy trying to fight and resist the new changes and new beginnings that you know that life is trying to offer me, because I was trying to hold on to my past self and what I built in the past. And sometimes when you try to hold on to the past, you become stubborn and become ungrateful for what you have now in the moment. And hold on one second. Yeah, and so when I was journaling, um, yeah, when I was journaling, I realized that I wasn't really healing, that I was really grieving my old version of myself and everything I accomplished then. And I was still trying to build on top of the things that I, did in the past. And so, when I realized that I was able to become present and realize like today is the day I could officially start to truly be present and just be. Like the main thing I wrote in my journal was just be, just be in the moment, just be present, be in your feelings. And I was trying my best to prevent myself from feeling those feelings because of trauma, because triggers, that I just really didn't allow myself to just feel all of that. And I'm done fighting. Like I'm done resisting and I'm done fighting. And it's like everything I was doing with like all my, I, started Mystic Mom coaching and my business, my life, my journey, and all of that. And I was about to start. If my website would have stayed up, I would have been going, kept doing, and missed the point that the universe was trying to show me, which was, just be who you are, be present, blossom into this new beginnings in your life where you at, enjoy the simple things in life. And I feel like sometimes we can get caught up in titles, get caught up with trying to put out content in social media, try to get caught up, just get caught up in stuff that really doesn't matter, especially if it's really outdated. And that's what I realized. Like, I've always been a hard worker, always been a go getter since I was a teenager, since I was 15 years old. Like, I always knew how to get it. And I finally learned that I got it. And it's like no need to go chasing after it. It's like you're just be it. And it's like I will never forget when we watched the movie Soul. And in the movie, at the end, when he finally lived out his dream of, playing in a band with the musicians, and at the end, he was excited. He was like, "Okay, so what next?" And she was like, "Oh, yeah, we do it all over again the next day." And he was looking like, "That's it?" And she was like, "Yeah." And she made an analogy like, it's the ocean, and the fish are swimming to trying to find the ocean versus realizing you're already in the ocean. And that was the message that I received, is that I was too busy trying to fulfill my purpose and trying to, find my way in this world and trying to chase, my purpose. In actuality, I'm living it, like my dream was always to, experience true love and be in a harmonious union with my twin flame and become a mommy, and, and just be nurturing and, help others. And I realized like I was trying to find that and do that versus just being in present moment and just realizing like I am doing that. I am being that. I am that. And I just wanted to share with you all like that's the reason why I'm starting over, because I did find myself being disconnected from, me learning my new version of April Victoria, and what it is that I like now, what inspires me now, what motivates me now. And your spirit will let you know, like, you know, when you are evolving to a new version of yourself. And sometimes when you level up, it does feel uncomfortable because you are living in a new way. You have a new set of eyes, you have a new set of ears, you have a new set of everything. And even sometimes your gifts, even sometimes like advance, and you have to practice and hone in on it. Just to say that I'm okay with starting over because I get to really simplify my life. I really get to be present. I really get to learn me all over again. And that was a hard pill to swallow because I was so ambitious. I'm still am ambitious, but just I'm redirecting my energy in a different way. And to be honest, when I made the decision, like, fuck it, I am, I'm starting all the way over. You know, I just want to really focus on my personal life and really just, you all get to learn and grow with me as much as I get to learn and grow with you all and communicate and connect with you all. And when you realize that's really important, or whatever what's important to you, it's like you feel a lot better internally. And I can honestly say, like, really reflecting over like what I wanted, I have, and enjoy what I have, and just share that with the ones that I love. And sometimes, you can go back and forth of feeling like, oh, you always got to post all the time on social media for you to feel like you're being productive, or always got to get out here and get it. In actuality, everything starts from the home. Everything starts with you. You are your home internally, and it's like, I'm glad that I took off all those hats. I'm glad, I took all those titles, and, I'm glad that I took away all of that and just allow myself to be without having to feel like I had to play this role, that role, be this person, be that person, because I chose to give myself those titles versus me just being me. April Victoria, soon to be Lampkin. But and it's like, it took me to hit rock bottom emotionally and go through my one last emotional depressive episode because I needed to learn what what it was that spirit was trying to show and tell me. And yeah, and I'm like, this is clearly my life, my journey. And I'm glad, I'm grateful that that happened. At the time, I was like, upset. I was like, oh my God, I'm this not professional, this and that. But it's like, it's 2021, it's a pandemic. Who cares? Like, who cares? And it's like, at the end of the day, what's meant for you is going to happen. Like, this external world, all this stuff, you can't control. But what you can control is what you do with your own actions, your own feelings, and how you align within yourself. And it's like, what's for you is for you. Like, nothing can stop it. It may not happen right now in the moment, but when the universe, when the divine bless you, what's meant for you is going to feel right. It's going to be in alignment, and it's going to be way more than what you ever dreamed of. And sometimes we have to let go of how we want it to be done and be open to how it's going to be done. And that's the overall, you know, thing that I had to learn like these past few weeks, is that I was so focused on controlling of how it should be, how it should look, and how I should feel. In actuality, when you're being present, you are co-creating your reality. You have to make room for the divine to work its magic, and for them to bless you. And sometimes we can block our own blessings by trying to control of how we think something should go versus allowing how it should flow. And I just want to share that and let you all know, like, yeah, I'm starting over. I'm still gonna be making videos. I'm still gonna be sharing my journey and the lessons that I'm learning. But most importantly, I am me. I'm just blossoming. I'm just being. And you know, hopefully this resonate with you. Take take what resonate with you and the rest throw it out. Yeah, and it's not always bad to start over. And, enjoy life, be present, and I'll talk with you soon. Peace.